Я все приветствую на канале ReklamaDens. Денис, это Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Мы находимся в Малишевской крепости, если не ошибаюсь. Устроили здесь резню. Убивали много солдат. Ну и в принципе битва была, конечно, мощная. Мне оставили возможность пособирать имущество, если я захочу, в принципе. Ну, мне это по факту имущество нафиг не обосралось. Ну, как по обыкновению бывает. Я, наверное, посмотрю, так просто по замку пробегаюсь, посмотрю, что тут вообще осталось. Может, какие-нибудь, если будет что-то элитное. Ну, вот даже вот это могу себе взять. Хотя по факту, наверное, игра уже завершится с серии на серию. Ну, возьму, я думаю, ничего такого. Да, резня тут, конечно, была капитальная. Как залетели сюда. Как начали все вырезать. Там кровь, там все хлищет. Просто. Солдаты этого додика падают одним за одним. Но я не стал деревню жечь. Может быть, кто-то и пострадал из-за этого, но в любом случае деревню жечь с мирными жителями как-то не очень. Я тут инжиха поддерживаю, поэтому не стали брать грех на душу. Я что я там забрал, бляхому? Многим не повезло здесь выжить. Ну, в любом случае... В любом случае победили. Вроде жертв нет такого, ну, большого количества. Делал все быстро и качественно, поэтому много людей осталось невредимы. С нашей стороны, естественно. У них потери какие-то колоссальные прям. Ну, сработал эффект неожиданности, как бы, представь, ты сидишь, отдыхаешь, никого не трогаешь вроде бы, да? Тут фигак такой, откуда ни возьмись. На ваши головы обрушается такая армада. Я еще здесь, когда битва шла, умудрился кого-то пострелять с лука. Но потом понял, что дело не выгорит. Пришлось браться за меч. Гроши, 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 щи, гроши, щи, 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 щи. Тем, кто дружит, не с нашей тревоги. Нам любые дороги дороги, тем, кто дружат, не страшны тревоги. Нам любые дороги дороги. Сейчас надо ж посмотреть, вдруг тут что интересненькое есть. Ключики. Почему только Индра совсем не отправился, не понимаю. А, ну там же осада сейчас будет идти. Точно. Солоду как раз тачек нарядился. Все как и было в начале в заставке. Чикс. Заберу. Боевой меч, боевая булава, шляпа одна. Так, тут ничего интересного, ничего. Угу. Все понятно. Здесь у нас ничего интересного. Здесь катакомбы. Откуда в тот раз Индра вылез, я не пойму. Где они замуровали? А, тут-то. Петрон. Поесть мне ничего тут не оставили, да? Сволочи. О. Они тут уже оборону состряпали, смотри-ка. Ну, рассчитывали на то, что... придется отбиваться. Отбиваться не пришлось. Хераси. Все, короче. Дальше идти нет смысла. Как они вообще оттуда вылезли? Так, а что мне там? Нифига я набрал имущество. А мне куда надо приехать? Суду. Персонаж с заданием. Фига, а что за задание у вас? А можно мне на орудие посмотреть? Уже мне интересно, как его разворошило. Прикольно. Сейчас пойду, там какой-то персонаж задания, мне интересно, дюжа. Что там за задание такое? От Билана или лучше от прижотков поеду, да? Вроде ближе всего. Что там за персонаж с заданием такой? Ты приближаешься. К кому я приближаюсь? Я не успел.
I know it is spoiled. Oh, my stomach. I must have mercy.
Месси! Кто же знал, да? Кто ж знал, что такая подстава будет, бразару нету. Индра конченый, он отравленными стрелами стреляется. Проси, не проси о пощаде, все равно не поможет. Потому что по факту ты уже мертвый. И они шляхтичи, просто бичи обыкновенные. Куда-то шли и все. Я не шляхтичи. Так, Биланы, вот где-то здесь меня остановите. Вот тут остановите меня. Вот тут. Вот тут. Нет, не надо. Не надо.
Quality goods, the finest wares.
Stop that whistling. You're behaving like a child. Stop that whistling. Quick! Go!
You're always welcome here, good sir.
Are you begging here?
No, I'm waiting here for my... He should be here any moment now with his entourage.
No. It's good you still have us.
Well, that's about all I have left.
I'm Henry.
Margaret, wait. Of course. You helped me get out of that locked shed. Do you...
From a shed?
At the mill. You saved...
That was you. I didn't recognize.
What a coincidence. It's a small... What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just now I know what. The miller told me what happened, how you robbed him there.
No.
That old man brought the catch pole, and they wanted to blame me. If I hadn't have talked myself out of it.
I'm really sorry about that. I didn't want you to get into any
Oh, aye. You just.
There was nothing else I could do. Please, let me I didn't do it for my...
You lied to me. Those who lie can steal too.
Henry, please...
I don't want to hear any.
So, now you're suddenly...
Don't be offended.
I had a Vaneshka. We served together in that mill you saved me from. The miller couldn't keep his hands off her. In short...
Well, that sometimes happens.
It does, and people are usually happy to have a... He said he's not... The poor... I tried to... So, I'd flee the mill and follow her, and on the... But he called...
And I was daft enough to.
I'm sorry I lied to you, but there was...
All right, then you took the coin to her. But I still don't understand why you're begging here.
They're both gone. This gang attacked me on the way. That kind soul saved me, and...
It's a good thing we have those. And Dinesh.
I don't know where she is. I couldn't have to find a proper pile of corn. I'm fond of her, and I don't want her to...
Well, that'll be hard.
It's the best I can do, but maybe you could help me. I might just know where to find...
What's your plan?
I want to rob a set. I can't sleep when I think about what he... If you knew what he did, the bastard doesn't...
Go on then.
He poisoned his wife to marry a younger woman, and no one will ever be able to prove except... But we can hoodwink him together. If you throw...
Well, you'll have to. What do you want to do?
He killed her for money, just like every bloke now, and and he'll...
Oh.
That I will... He will...
Hey, you'll have to.
And he... So...
Съебал, ебатория нахуй.
Careful. Chris Scott.
What's going on?
Well, I do not know. I have this problem with this one.
A woman, you.
Yeah, she just showed up here.
Is she still?
9. Worse than that.
And
9. Aber vielleicht. My old woman saw us talk, or maybe it looked like I was.
Ah, I understand.
Was? Nein. I mean,
Are you sure?
ja.
All right.
And if you're a good craftsman, Christian, but
And where...
ist hier Insel zum Abschluss. It isn't a bun.
What?
He didn't.
That really...
Just tja, am besten.
Why doesn't...
Ha, und
That merchant you were talking about. I've decided...
Really?
What
Да
should
не
I do?
решила.
First, I have to.
Fine.
Then we need some sleep. I don't.
I know. Anything else?
Now that carries he had. Then
We'll be lucky.
now I'll give this. You. I want you.
Well,
I know.
Я не буду ничего делать. Что?
I'll be with you. Oh God!
Проблема решена, на. Все. Ну круто. Сюда не пойду. Я не пойду никуда нахуй. Все. Меня уже это до этого. Короче, не буду говорить. Тупорылые задания, просто бесячие, просто повторяющиеся одно и то же. Бля-бля-бля-бля-бля-бля-бля. Бля-бля-бля-бля-бля-бля. Помоги, подсоси, подойди, найди, бля.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying.
What would you like, friend?
show me your...
Ходишь как шестерка вечно. И никому до тебя дела нету.
Let's talk about...
Well,
Вот там воруй, оденься красиво. Да нахер оно надо? Нахер оно надо? У меня уже игра заканчивается. У меня вот, грубо говоря, выйти и все. Нет, я должен там что-то пойти красиво одеться, платье найти. Иди ты нахер.
Hungry, I could eat a horse.
И ты тоже интро иди нафиг. Ходишь как Доди куда-то. Не, реально, вот и все, с ней проблема решилась. Нету больше квеста незаконченного. Тетка сдохла, все. Пускай меня там разыскивают за убийство, за что хотят, забудут нахрен, все равно она никому не нужна там. Сегодня все такие: вау, кто это сделал? Мы найдем его. Все, она мне дала кольцо. Я кольцо взял, ее чик и все. Проблемы решены, правильно? Я хочу поесть, свали отсюда.
Next time it'll be even better.
Я хочу поесть. Я поесть хочу. Уйди
I
отсюда.
apologize. Christ, so much to do.
Ты отсюда не уйдешь, да? Дайте мне что-то пожрать, я не знаю.
My respects.
Мой респект. Смотри, что у меня есть.
Hey, knock it off. If a guard sees you armed, there'll be trouble.
Да? Да мне насрать на это.
There. I see you're reasonable after all.
Мишанину что-то мешает. Выдела что?
Hey,
Ага.
knock it off. If a guard sees you armed, there'll be trouble.
Все? Нельзя было сразу так. Никто вас не трогает. Никому вы нахер не обосрались. Так, ну чё? Крепость. Судол. Время, конечно, вечернее уже.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow.
Ah! Mind where you're going.
Whoa! So, I'm back. How's it going? Have you got anything out of von Bergov?
Not yet. We need to fix ourselves up.
Is von Bergov's interrogation starting soon?
Not yet.
I'm not sure what to think of Malashov. I reckon it was a success, but I can't bring myself to feel happy about it.
What's done is done. The devil got his ass kicked, the peasants still have a roof over their heads. And if it weren't for you, half our men who are now rotting beneath the walls would still be breathing.
After what I went through in Skalitz, I couldn't just burn down people's homes.
Tell that to the dead. If only you'd let the devil do his job, there'd be a lot less of them. Look, I know you probably imagined yourself heroically saving the king and protecting innocents. And believe me, that's exactly what we're doing. It's just not as simple and honorable as we'd like it to be.
I'm freezing. Why is it so cold in here?
It is not.
What do you think of Rosa Ruthard? Never met a girl like her before.
What do I know? She's a Schickse, so not for me. She's quite comely, but a bit too smart for her own good. A man has to be wary of those, or else he will end up like Adam did with Lilith. Think of the poor fellow who will have her for a wife one day.
A barren husband everywhere. Knows everything.
What do you think about Malashov? We were damn lucky.
More like the people in the village were damned lucky. I'm glad you talked the devil out of burning it down.
Well, it took a bit more than talk.
It takes guts to stand up to Hinnek. But to beat him? My lord.
Do you think he'll want revenge?
You humiliated him in front of his own men. It can't be ruled out. You'd better keep an eye on him. Or go and have it out with him, straight up.
Any idea what'll happen next?
Another madcap scheme, most likely. What else?
Well, you've got to do something crazy occasionally if you want to achieve big things, don't you?
That's right. Occasionally.
How'd you feel?
What did you say?
How do you feel?
C'est terrible, mon ami. When the cannon flew apart, I thought we were done for. I am alive, but I feel like all my bones have been ground to dust.
Kubienka doesn't look too worse for wear.
Because I took the force of the blast for the both of us. I pushed him aside at the last moment.
Aha. How did you know that the cannon was about to burst?
Intuition, mon ami.
I can't hear. What?
I've got some meat that...
Hey? Well.
Oh, excuse me.
You're always welcome here.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
Grüß Gott.
How's it going, Captain?
Sehr interessant.
What of it?
Zum Glück nicht. If you're looking for einen Fusch...
I'd like to...
Also gut. Damit wir uns vor mir, wenn du wirkst... Das ist simpel. Und jetzt... Na und? Ist doch gut, oder? May it serve you in good health, my Freund.
God bless you, sir.
Как я люблю, когда мне перед носом закрывают дверь. Я прям это обожаю.
The Lord be with you. What brings you here?
I beg you. I'm asking because I've...
If it's mercenary, you'll... God be with you.
At your service, sir.
Петр Писецкий. Петр. Петр Писецкий. Петр Писецкий. Нифига себе книжка. Петр Писецкий. Писецкий Петр. I'm. Ян Птачек. Где же твой сундучок? Чикс на. Птачек, ну я думал, у тебя что-то поинтереснее здесь будет. Может, тут прячешь что-то? Это тачка? Не похоже. Ну да ладно. Отдыхай, Милпан. Роза, Розочка, мы тебя спасли, Розочка. Розочка. Мы спасли Розочку. Потерялся отсюда. Потерялся отсюда, биомы. Так, тут кто у нас? Отто. Отто. Сухой. В смысле, блядь, они чё? По соседству спят, что ли? Вы чё, прикалываетесь, что ли? Реально не спят на одних кроватях? Ну, в смысле, рядом с друг другом. Я херею просто. Хорошо, так устроился, да? Сапоги путника. И чё? Лучше, чем мои, нет? Чё за сладкий парочка? Стражник, стражник. Подвинься. Ты видишь, авторитеты идут. Это кто? Приштаб. Поднялся.
Stop that. I'm trying to sleep here. Oh, let me sleep. Do you have permission to be doing that? That fella, he's the one.
I surrender!
I've got it in. I'm around it. Oh, please. This is all just... Oh,
Какого хера, я ж дверь закрыл.
What are you hunched over for there? Here! He's the one that did it! Surrender!
Какой-то долбоёб, но...
Try to... You'll have to... Oh,
Чё ты показываешь? Я сейчас достану меч, тебя пополам перерублю. Хочешь? Хочешь? Сука. Ох, как так, бля. Вот урод, еще стоит, показывает пальцем. Я б тебе его отрезал, ей-богу, реально. Знаешь, что тебя спасло, Додик? Тебя спасло только то, что я не прошел еще игру до конца. Ну, видишь, в чем дело? Я-то вернусь, сука. И ты думаешь, я тебя на мешки не порежу? Я буду резать тебя так долго, как только смогу. Это я обещаю просто. Это я обещаю. Резать буду как Додика. И всех. Сейчас, что там за чепотка счастья? Чего, я-то думал, что-то интересное. Какая-нибудь отрава. О, Индро опять кошмары снятся.
Nice work! Nice work indeed. You saved the peasants but sent your own men to the slaughter. You like to keep your hands clean, but war is a nasty business. So who are you going to sacrifice for your conscience next? Your little Jew brother? Cape on? Yourself? You play the game, but you don't understand the rules. And in the end, you'll lose. You learned nothing. You understood nothing. And yet I tried so hard.
Бедное интро, с ума сходит.
My family was slain too, by the Turks. I felt just like you do. And Eric went through the same thing. That's why I took him in. We're one big family. Of orphans. Well, of course, you do have a father. Although he's not gone so far as to give you his name.
Жестко. где Жишка? Да, кто там умер? По факту сдохли только наемники, которых и нахер как бы не нужны были.
Excuse me.
Christ, pardon me.
Why is it so cold in here?
It is not.
You watch. Ah, this is fine.
А где Жишка?
My respect. Careful.
You've lived through more battles than I have. What do you think about Malashov?
I won't lie. There were moments when I was ready to meet my maker. But in the end, I was amazed how it turned out.
So you didn't believe in us?
I did. I just figured we'd have to get our hands dirty. But in the end, we managed to keep them pretty clean. Thanks in part to you.
No, it was nothing, really.
If you say so. But I'm glad to see you still got that boy from Skalitz in you.
I'm sorry. Christ almighty.
Где Жишка, блин?
Alright.
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come.
Is von Bergov's interrogation starting soon?
You came at the right time. We're just about to deal with him. And you can join in.
Welcome to Sukdal, Lord von Bergov. Despite the circumstances that brought you here.
It is an honor, Peter. Compared to what I had to endure from Zizka and Kunstadt, your good manners are a welcome change.
I'll do my best to make your, involuntary stay no more inconvenient than it has to be.
Aren't you being a bit too welcoming, Sir Peter?
Just what I was thinking. Fuck that bollocks. He's a captive, not some busty wench. He's only alive to squeal what he knows. It'd be quicker if I just beat it out of him.
Just a beating? What about breaking a finger or two? Or singeing the soles of his feet? We had first-hand experience of various methods in the Trotsky dungeon, didn't we?
Curva, lad, that's not a bad idea. You know what? I'll tear out the last few hairs he has on his mangy head.
Instead of these pathetic threats, why do you not make me an offer? You do know that I am...
Shut your trap, Otto. Right now you're nothing. You lost most of your men at Rabos, and the rest croaked when we took Malashov. So what do you have left? A nice coat and a smug face.
Do you really think Sigismund made me his chamberlain because of my soldiers? Or to have someone to take care of the running of conquered fortresses?
Shut up, damn it! We're asking the questions.
Really? Then why have I not heard a single one yet? And what a shame that is. I am a pragmatic man, and I'm sure we can work something out. But lay a hand on me, and you will not hear a single word.
This is unbelievable. He's lost everything, but he still thinks he can push us around.
Oh, he's right, though. He is one of Sigismund's closest men.
You're buying that? He talks just like Jobst. When he gets here, they can yap till doomsday for all I care. But now we just don't have the time.
Jobst wants to come back here. After he got away from us by the skin of his teeth?
Well, he has to show Sigismund our army up close.
So it's true. I couldn't believe the Margrave had finally made a move. I thought he would never march into battle.
See? Fortune is turning her back on you people. A pragmatic man like you ought to recognize an opportunity. If you help us, the Margrave will remember you for it. And will also let bygones be bygones.
You're getting ahead of yourself a bit, boy. The crown is still firmly on Sigismund's head, and the Obst won't find it easy to wrest it of him. Although, I expect you people have no idea of the situation Sigismund is in right now.
Oh. What situation is he in, then?
In the shit, Lord Trotsnov. In the shit. So, a sensible person should seize every opportunity that presents itself. And I am eminently sensible. Lord Capon.
Yes?
When you came to Trotsky, you were carrying a message with an offer of an alliance from Lords Hanush and Radzik, were you not?
Exactly.
I think it is time I gave you my answer.
I always knew you were nothing more than a turncoat.
Call it what you like.
What do you say, Lord Capon?
Well,
Lord Capon will be only too pleased to hear what Lord von Burkhoff wants to offer him.
You think I'm some villain, don't you? But I've only ever wanted what is best, believe me. What is best for this country, for my loyal supporters, and, naturally, for myself. And I'm not ashamed of that. And it appears that Sigismund is no longer what is best. He's in trouble, both here and in Hungary. The army is not getting paid, morale is poor, and the Kuttenberg miners are rebelling, so the crown is running out of silver.
I see. The butcher's on his way, so you want to flee the pigsty, eh?
Naturally. And together we can even set fire to this pigsty, as you put it. If you want my advice.
I'm all ears, sir.
The last straw Sigismund is grasping is the royal treasury at the Italian court. If he were to lose his silver, he wouldn't be able to pay his soldiers and would have to withdraw to Hungary.
We're supposed to rob the Italian court.
The most secure place in the town?
Of course. And while you're there, you can also free the lords captured at Raborz.
My father.
Lord Pisek, as the former mint master, you must surely know of some way to sneak in.
There is no way. The court's an impregnable fortress.
Really? What about tunneling in? There are hundreds of tunnels beneath the city, and if I'm not mistaken, one of them runs beneath the court.
That's total madness. There might be some passageway leading there, but no one knows those old tunnels now. Besides, they might collapse at any time. One could easily come to a bad end there.
But that can also happen when you try to mount a horse drunk. What's with this tunnel?
There's a whole labyrinth of tunnels under the city. You'd have to dig from inside the treasury to find the one you want. And where they all lead to, God alone knows.
God and me.
Oh, pardon me, milady, but how would you know?
Not all young noble women devote their days to embroidery, Sir Peter. I look after Father's documents, and I know all about the plans of the passageways beneath our palace. St. James's Church owes its existence in part to the generous donations of the Rutards. So in the past we had a secret underground entrance built into its crypts, and St. James's is right next to the Italian court.
A handy escape route from the palace, eh? If you don't mind crawling through a tunnel, that is.
In short, you can theoretically walk directly from Rutard Palace to the Italian court.
Sure. That is, after breaking through the walls that separate the crypt from the tunnel, and the tunnel from the cellars.
That sounds almost too easy.
You took the words out of my mouth. With a bit of luck, we'll get to the cellars of the court. What then?
What do you think? The guards will come down on you and it'll all be over.
So we need someone who can help us on the inside. Someone who'll distract the guards and lead us to the silver.
Christian of Pisek is the steward at the Italian court. He could help us.
Perhaps. But my brother's never been easy to deal with. He'd be taking a big risk, and besides, I'm afraid Vavak's your only hope. It's just that you can't trust him.
There is one other possibility.
Oh? What's that, Sir Otto?
Perhaps you have heard about the expected arrival here of a rare visitor from very far away.
Who? Do you mean... Surely not.
The very one.
What the fuck are you talking about? Speak clearly.
Well then, a papal legate is on his way to the town directly from Rome. He's coming to adjudicate the dispute about the new church.
What's that got to do with us?
Where would he be received except at the Italian court, along with his entourage? No one knows them, no one has ever seen them, and very few understand their language. They might as well be volunteering for you to take their place.
Well, bugger me. This is starting to sound fucking good.
What? What do you mean, take their place? Are we supposed to kill them, or what?
Why not?
Fuck. Jesus. Get a grip, fellas. Do you want to burn in hell?
Calm down. We'll just lock the Pope's lackey up for a bit, and once we've got the silver, we'll let him go again. No one gets hurt.
St. Joseph, cover thy ears.
Where will we find that legate?
He's staying in Loretz, at the vineyard. He's got the use of the whole place for himself and his escort. But I don't know how many there are.
Good. We'll send Catherine there to have a look.
And then we'll burst in there and cause a bit of a fuss, so he doesn't get any stupid ideas. And that'll be that.
But is there no other way to solve it? Without violence?
Gentlemen, the legate is a man of the cloth, like me. I know Latin, and even a bit of Italian too, as it happens. I could explain to him what we need. Maybe we can persuade him to go along with it.
He'll tell us to kiss his arse, more likely.
Sir Hinek, never underestimate the power of sweet words. Especially when the listener has a knife at his throat.
It's true, none of us would be very convincing as an Italian cardinal. It'd be better if we made him take us with him, as his retinue.
But what do we do with the legate's real retinue?
Lock them up at the Devil's Den. One of our men can guard them there.
A couple more peculiar fellas blabbering nonsense won't look out of place there in the slightest.
All right. Let's say we get inside with the legate. What then? What if he betrays us?
That's why we mustn't let him out of our sight. Godwin will take care of that.
Me?
You said you spoke Italian, didn't you? If he starts squealing, you'll hold a dagger to his ribs and ask him politely to play nice.
May God look the other way.
Meanwhile, the rest of us will have to deal with the guards inside, prepare the ground for digging, and open the treasury.
That's damned risky.
No one will be expecting us. As long as we don't make a ruckus too soon, it'll all be over. And the whole place will be ours before they even notice.
What if the legate refuses to talk to us?
Well, we can always beat him up. Take his clothes and let someone else put them on. Like, Godwin, eh? Since he's a priest.
Hold on. I'm not going to play the jester for anyone.
Nobody's asking you to. We stick to the plan. We'll work on the legate so he agrees to take us in with him. Then we'll find a way somehow.
All right. I can't think of anything better anyway.
Agreed then. We'll try gentle persuasion to begin with. And now, to the task. Henry, you go to the town and squeeze anything that could help us out of Vavak.
Most importantly, get that key from him.
Then wait for us at RUTUBE Palace, where we'll set up our base. We'll get there first thing in the morning.
And how are you going to get inside? The palace will be closed and maybe guarded. I don't expect you want to march through the main entrance, where everyone can see you, and break the gate down while you're at it.
That's true, milady. What do you suggest?
There's not only a passageway to the church, but also down to the river. I know it like the back of my hand. I could show Henry the way if you like.
No offense, my lady, but you'll be safer here.
She's coming with me. Nobody knows Ruthard Palace as well as Lady Rosa.
Do you want to get into the court? Then you need Ruthard Palace. You want Ruthard Palace? Then I'm coming along.
All right. Both of you are going to town. And no dawdling. You should be on the road tomorrow at the latest. Time is of the essence.
That's that then. Let's get to work.
Let's get to work.
What did you think of von Bergov's interrogation?
Oh, well, no blood was spilled. Nobody got tortured, and Otto kept all his fingers, so if you ask me.
Isn't it strange how von Bergov suddenly bends over backwards to help us?
Not really. He's a selfish fucker who goes where the wind blows in his favor. Actually, I kinda like that about him.
Is there any chance we could actually pull off this robbery?
Only if everybody does what they're told. You included.
I thought that was water under the bridge.
I'd love to forget that beating, believe me. But the body gets old, and every new wound takes longer to heal than the one before.
Now you sound like some grandpa with one foot in the grave.
Watch that grandpa doesn't tickle your belly with a knife in the night, you cheeky bugger. But hey, let bygones be bygones. Actually, it's a good thing we didn't have to slaughter those dung grubbers. But now you have to listen to your elders and betters. Got it?
But what if the plan falls apart?
I won't lie. There's a very high chance some things will go belly up. And if it does, we'll all be praying for a quick death.
You're not serious about praying for a quick death, are you?
You fucking bet I am. Getting caught with Sigismund's silver in our clutches would be the beginning of a very long and fucking painful journey to the afterlife.
What do you think of the deal with von Bergov?
I don't care about von Bergov right now. Did you see how everyone ignored me there? I may be younger than them, but I'm still a nobleman.
They're nobles too.
That was no obstacle to you in Malashov when you went against the devil.
I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't do something.
That makes sense. And the devil could use a few more cuts and bruises. You did the right thing. I probably wouldn't.
И черт стоит здесь такой. Сука.
If Sir Hanush saw you at Malashov, he'd be proud.
Well, now I just look like a fool. And it was only thanks to me that von Bergov even lived to see that council.
But you can't really blame Sam. If you were in his place, you'd see red too.
Whatever. Someone like him has no business threatening a noble's life.
Someone like him?
You know what I mean. Why do you keep defending that madman?
Well, he's the closest thing to a brother that I've got.
You don't even share any blood. Even I could be your brother in that case.
A nobleman and a dung grubber, brothers? Impossible.
All right then. But try to understand, he simply went too far. Von Bergov will remember that well.
Да похер на этого Берхова. Берхова. Ван Бергов. О, хуйло, ебать. Не понял.
I'd never have thought it'd be so easy. Getting revenge on you, I mean. First Istvan Toth, now you. And tomorrow...
By tomorrow, you may all be dead. Actually, I would say that is becoming more and more likely.
Would you like to know how Istvan died? What it sounded like when he fell out of that window and got smashed on the rocks below the tower?
You seem to be laboring under the naive illusion that I cared about Doth. You killed a murderer and a fool. All you achieved by that was saving us the trouble.
Don't try that tough talk on me. You're afraid, aren't you?
Afraid of what? You?
Of not being firmly in charge for once. You have to dance to someone else's tune. And that terrifies you.
An interesting idea. I will remember it when I am dining.
Do you really?
You'll need a big dose of luck. Normally, careful arranging for the silver to be split up and moved to several locations, various safety, but we don't have time.
What are we going to use Sigismund's silver for?
Don't count your chickens before they've hatched, lad. If you really do get your hands on the silver, you need to get away with it first. As far as possible. Margrave Jobst will find some use for it later. Or do you have any other suggestions?
If we have a chance to raise an army against Sigismund, we should spend the whole lot on it.
Yes. I think Jobst will share your opinion. And hopefully, it'll be enough.
Then what if our plan fails?
Then you will have to hide or defend yourself. King Sigismund will not let something like that go unpunished. You'll either have to flee across the border or count on influential allies. And if not influential, then at least strong. I'll also be punished, of course. I'll lose my keep, my estates, my position, and finally, maybe even my life.
We better try our damnedest then. Whenever.
Yes, that will...
Lady Rosa seemed right at home during von Burgov's interrogation.
That she did. She has her late mother's beauty. God grant her eternal... Had she been born a boy, RUTUBE would have had an heir other men could only dream of.
Do you also find it strange how quickly von Burgov...
Indeed I do. But the king's position in the country is even more precarious than we thought.
But what would von Burgov stand to gain if Sigismund returned to Hungary?
That I do not know. And I fear the day we find out, because if I know one thing about Otto, it's that he never acts recklessly.
Интересно.
Huh? Eh? What? Are you right in the head?
Пофиг ему. Ну чё, мы с Розой, значит, пойдем крепость Рутхарда брать. Но пока что завершим серию, посмотрим, что будет. Посмотрим, что будет дальше. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки и до новых встреч. Пока-пока.